Away from the Hobbit Hills, New Zealand actually has a good amount of jungle, so of course, we ziplined through it. Offered by Rotorua Canopy Tours, the ultimate canopy tour has a total of 6 zip lines, with the longest being over 1,300 feet long. You go out in a small group with a tour guide going first and another last, and progress through this series of zip lines, suspended bridges, little walkways, and more, while clipped in and high above the ground. My favorite was definitely that longest zip line, as that's also the one where you can do a tandem race. Danny and I looked really cool on this. One aspect I love about this company is that they're very focused on conservation, specifically on removing invasive predator species from the forest so they can help repopulate it with native birds. So parts of the tour included stops to learn about both sides of that and their trapping efforts. One way they teach about the birds is that they befriended a couple at certain spots and bring along a couple tiny worms that we can offer them at those points. We both got our Disney princess moments, though I'm sorry, I've forgotten the name of the bird. Many of the platforms are built around the trunks of massive trees. It was hard to really get a feeling for how big they truly are. Rotorua is famous for a redwood forest that we'll talk about in a minute here, and they had some of those and other types in this forest. We're talking hundreds of feet tall at points. Crazy. And actually, my second favorite part wasn't a zip line. The last thing you do is a 60-foot controlled descent off a platform to the ground. They take some cool pictures with you hanging off the side, but they also asked if anyone wanted to try descending upside down, which sounded like fun to me.
It slows you down quite a lot.
Uh-oh, Danny.
Oh no.
Getting pulled in.
Thank you. Here we go.
One day when we had some extra time, we also checked out the Rotorua Redwoods Tree Walk. The big park in town has tons of outdoor activities you can do while within the redwood forest, but this one is a bit unique. It's a little under half-mile long series of 28 suspension bridges between various redwoods. Each platform has some small trivia tidbit to teach you about the history, conservation, etc. We were very lucky too in that this was the off-season and the weather was kind of iffy, so we had the whole thing to ourselves. There's one part that differs a little bit and then you get a choice between a higher and lower path, but mostly it's just a nice walk. It was a really serene experience after some of the kind of high adrenaline things that we had been doing so far. I really love both these activities and consider the zip lining to be a highlight of my whole New Zealand trip. Highly recommended. For more of our New Zealand activities, check out the playlist that I'm making that I'll be adding this to, and thanks for watching.